If there's one thing that everybody thinks about when they think of Rolls-Royce, it's the Spirit of Ecstasy, this, I suppose, vision of ethereal beauty.
Yes.
It's a wonderful bronze. The original was designed by Charles Sykes in 1911, which is when the first Spirit of Ecstasy, of course a much smaller version than this,
Yes.
was first put on a Rolls-Royce. Interestingly enough, actually, it was an optional extra to begin with. She's commonly believed to be Eleanor Thornton,
Right.
who was Charles Sykes' favourite model.
Yes.
Where did you get her from?
We bought it at an auction in New Jersey. We lived there for 5 years, and we bought it in 1987. It was an auction of Chinese things mostly, but this was one odd item there, which we spotted. It was not listed as the Spirit of Ecstasy.
It wasn't.
It was just a bronze figure.
Well, she certainly
We bought
catches
it.
the eye. I mean, you couldn't really avoid seeing her, could you?
Not at all.
But very few people at the auction, actually.
Your lucky day.
Yes, it was.
Okay. What did you pay for it, as a matter of interest?
About $800.
$800. 1988.
That was about
87.
£400.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a wonderful bronze figure. Bronze figures of this size were actually used by Rolls-Royce for their main showrooms, as a showroom model, if you like. Rolls-Royce, I believe, only know of about 9 or 10 of these models. But the interesting thing here is this particular one is numbered, what is that number?
28.
28.
It's 28.
28. So it may well be that there were more than 9 or 10 actually made. I think the records were lost during the war. The only other thing is that there are a tremendous number of facsimiles around, not just of bronze, which this is, and you can hear it, but also of plaster, coloured to look like bronze.
Yes.
It's very difficult to know without a really good provenance whether this is an original that was made specifically for one of the Rolls-Royce franchises, or whether this is a later casting. The only thing I would say is, if you look at the base here, this black marble base, it's actually quite unusual to find these with a rectangular base, because all of the later castings I've seen are on circular bases. So this is quite a good plus point, I have to say.
Okay.
So you can't just discount that, just discount it. What about value? The facsimiles, the later castings, are not worth a huge amount of money. And they can fetch anywhere between £800 and £1,200. If we were able to prove that this was absolutely genuine, that it came out of a dealer's showroom, then the likelihood is it could be worth £8,000 to £10,000.
Wow.
So it may well pay you
Yes.
to do a little bit of poking about, a little bit of research.
It might be worth a trip back to the States to find out.
Well, you know, I think it could be.